Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first episode of the Mean Streets of Gadgetzan card review. My name is Talpers, and today I'm joined by...
Dynamite 7.
And we are going to go through the first 31 cards revealed of the 132 cards total with a release date of early December. Let's get right into it. Card number 1, Kuhn, the Forgotten King. It's a 10 mana 7/7 Druid card. Choose one, gain 10 armor, or refresh your mana crystals. What do you think, Dynamite 7?
I think it will be good in Wild, but not as much Standard.
Why would you say that?
Because you can play it with Aviana in Wild when this comes out.
That's true. It's like 10 mana, 7, summon a 7/7/5/5, and all your minions cost 1.
Yep.
It's pretty
For
good.
0 mana.
Or yeah, you're right. Sorry, 0 mana. It's pretty good, I would say. Yeah, you're right. You would be able to.
But on turn 10, you have to play that.
Yeah, you have to play on turn Aviana, and then Kuhn, refresh your mana crystals, and then you get 10 more mana to play with.
Yeah.
Yeah, this card is. I would say it's pretty good, and I think you should probably think of crafting this card, right?
Maybe.
If you have the extra dust.
If you play Druid.
If you play Druid, obviously you don't play Druid, don't craft this card. Yeah, but I think it's gonna be pretty good and pretty annoying to be played against, right?
Yeah.
Moving on to card number 2, it's Lunar Visions, a 5 mana Druid card, which says draw 2 cards, minions drawn, cost 2 less. What do you think of Lunar Visions?
I think it's a little too slow for Druids to play. I could see this maybe in a Priest or maybe a Mage deck.
Yeah,
but
I don't play Druid almost ever, so I used to play Druid when I
Druids are mostly like, you have to play everything on curve, right?
Right, so if you played this on turn 5, you would never turn 5 minion on this, so...
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't think it's a great game. But
There's better things to play on turn 5.
It's kind of like, what's that card that says... it has something to do with...
It's kind of like Shield Block if you think about it. It rotates through your deck. I think it's meant when you're like at 10 mana and you don't have any cards in your hand. I think.
Minions drawn cost 2 less is a pretty large benefit, but if you don't draw any minions... It's like the Anduin Rin, right?
Yeah, Varian Rin.
Varian Rin, sorry. Anduin is the priest. Yes, okay. I think this card is below average. What do you think?
Yeah, below average.
Yeah. Alright, card number 3, Pilfered Power. It's a 3 mana Druid spell that says gain an empty mana crystal for each friendly minion. What do you think of Pilfered Power?
I think to gain value you need 2 minions out, which might be hard to play on turn 3 then. But that's when it will be most effective. But if you don't even play it by turn 10 or even like 9 or 8, it's not really going to help you at all.
Yeah, I agree. The only thing, I'm not even sure. Yeah, you wouldn't get anything. Well, actually, would you get a draw card?
I don't think so. I think it's just as good as Astral Communion.
Oh yeah, Astral Communion doesn't get you anything either, right? If you're already at 10 mana?
Yeah.
I see. Alright, moving on to card number... sorry, do you think it's good or bad?
Bad.
Okay, card number 4. Mark of the Lotus. It's a 1 mana Druid spell that says give your minions +1/+1.
This is a really good card. That's it.
I agree. It's
You can't elaborate really, can you?
well, I mean, it seems like a really simple card. I'll give your minions +1/+1, but if you're on turn, I don't know, 5 or 6 even, and you've got 3 or 4 minions on the board, if you play Mark of the Lotus, I mean, you've just gained a 3/3 or 4/4 of value just from this 1 mana card, right?
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good card. I don't play Druid, but if I did, I would think about adding this to one of my decks. Moving on to card number 5, it's Piranha Launcher. This is a hunter weapon.
Yep, hunter weapon.
It's a 5 mana 2/4. Whenever your hero attacks, summon a 1/1 Piranha, which we have confirmed is a beast, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It's good with a Tundra Rhino, but that's it.
Well, it's not like you can attack multiple times a turn, so if I had Tundra Rhino out, and I had Piranha Launcher, I would get 1/1 charge. It would be the same thing as if I played Unleash the Beast, or whatever it is, with 1 minion on the board.
But if you can keep the Tundra Rhino out, that's a constant 1/1 with charge every turn.
I don't think this card's very good. It's not better than Long Eaglehorn Bow, I wouldn't say.
Yeah, I think it's not as good as Eaglehorn Bow, but it's better than Gladiator's Longbow.
Which one's the Gladiator's Longbow?
The 7 mana 5/2. Your hero doesn't take damage when attacking.
Really? You think it's better than that card? I'm not sure about that one.
Well, do you ever see it getting played?
Yeah, I don't think you'll ever see Piranha Launcher getting played. Moving on to card number 6, it's a Manic Soulcaster. It's a mage card. It's a 3-mana 3/4 battle cry. Choose a friendly minion and shuffle a copy into your deck. So it's good at extending the long game.
Yeah.
And
I think you want to use this more on what's the 6-mana 5/5 summon a 3-drop or a 4-drop minion?
oh, yeah, I know. The Whispers the Old Gods card.
Yeah, I think it'd be good with that.
Yeah, I agree. Or any
Or
card.
maybe Antonitis.
Any card that has a really good effect, I think will be.
But you don't want to use it like on a mana worm or something.
No, not early game. You want to use it.
Unless you're using it for a good tempo card.
Yeah,
then
unless
maybe.
you have to. Unless you're trying to play it on curve, you should use a. You should wait for the late game, right?
Yeah.
I agree. Moving on to card number 7, it's Wicker Flame Burn Bristle. It is the Paladin Legendary. It's a 3-mana 2/2 with Divine Shield and Taunt.
And Taunt.
And damage dealt by this minion also heals your hero. I think this card would have been really good if it didn't have Taunt. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's really easily killed, and they have to attack it, which just gives them more incentive to hit this thing.
Basically, it's a 3-mana 2/2 with Taunt that gives you 2 or plus 4 health.
Yeah, pretty much, because that's the amount of value you're gonna get. You're gonna get the 2 from.
But then you might not even gain any health if, say, like you're playing against a priest and they just use
Power Pain.
Shadow Word Pain.
Shadow Word Pain. Yes, sorry.
Or even just Cabal Shadow Priest.
You would lose a lot of. You would lose that 3 mana basically. It would have been nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's a great card. I think it's kind of poor, if I'm being honest with you.
I think maybe it could have worked if they made it a pirate or something.
Sorry.
Pirate paladin.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I thought you just said it would have been better if it was a pirate.
Yeah, I did.
Moving on to card number 8. It's Small Time Recruits. It is a paladin spell, 3 mana. Draw 3 1-cost minions from your deck. What do you think of Small Time Recruits?
I think it's a bad card.
Why? On turn 3 you don't want 3 1-cost minions?
Yeah, it'd be good if you drew 4, because then you could play all of them on turn 4 and have no mana left over.
That's true. When was the last time? Do you actually have 3 1-cost minions in your decks as paladin? I don't know.
Well, if you're playing like with Steward of Darkshire.
Yes. To give a 1 health.
I think that's why they made this card.
1 health or 1 attack minion?
It's 1 health, I think.
And you get the
Darkshire. Yeah, it's 1 health.
Well, Duskboar would be good with this then. Or I mean for Steward Darkshire, not this card. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's very good either. Moving on to card number 9, it's Mean Street Marshal. It's a 1 mana 1/2 death rattle. If this minion has 2 or more attack, draw a card, and it's still a paladin card.
What's your opinion on this, Talpers?
I think that it will be. I don't think it'll be difficult to get it to 2 attack, and I think if you can, it'll be a really good effect. And a 1 mana 1/2 is not terrible. Actually, I mean it is kind of bad, but it's also the same range as that Murloc card or the Gadgetzan Jouster if you don't win it. So
My opinion is. Oh, sorry. You continue.
I was just gonna say I think I would rather play this card than that Gadgetzan Jouster.
I think I'd rather play a Loot Hoarder in my deck than this. Because with a Loot Hoarder, you're for sure to draw a card.
Yeah, and it's the same stats actually. It's just reversed.
Yep.
So.
Well, only thing is that Loot Hoarder costs 1 more.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not gonna be able to get this thing to 2 attack on turn 1. So
no.
You'd have to wait until turn 2 anyway.
You can play something like Lance Carrier, although I think that's rotating out when this comes out on turn 2.
Yeah, actually, I'm talking about Gadgetzan Jouster, but that's also rotating out. Yeah, I don't know. I think that this card, I would say it's worse than.
But it's the only like minion that costs 1 in a paladin deck, I think.
It's true. So if you need a 1-drop, maybe consider this card. But I feel like there are better common 1-drops, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to card number 10.
It's not common, by the way.
What? No. I'm saying that they're better common ones.
It's not common.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying there are better common cards than this class card.
You're confusing me.
Oh my gosh. I mean neutral cards?
Neutral, you meant.
What are common cards?
Common, and then there's rare, epic, and
legendary. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, then we have Getaway Kodo.
It's a paladin spell.
Yep. Paladin Secret.
Paladin Secret, sorry, 1 mana, like all the other secrets. When a friendly minion dies, return to your hand. What do you think about Cataway Kogo?
I think it's a good card. I enjoy it.
I think that this card, is it better in the early game or late game?
I think it's better in the late game. Since you
I
can
would have
bring
to-
a big minion back to your hand when it dies. Like, say, like Cthulhu or something.
Is that a thing, Cthulhu Paladin?
No, but in theory, like N'Zoth or something.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, you'd be a strong effect back on the board, yeah. Card number 11, it's Dragonfire Potion. It's a priest spell, 6 mana, deal 5 damage to all minions except dragons. So what do you think of Dragonfire Potion?
I don't think it's that good, but I know you really like the card.
I don't really like the card, I'm just saying I'm glad priest is getting another board clear. This is the same cost as Mage's Blizzard, except Blizzard does 2 damage, freezes the minions on that side, and only affects their minions. This affects everything. So this is actually slightly worse than if you had 2 of those, what are the name of the cards that does?
Holy Nova.
No.
Oh, Excavated Evil.
Yeah, Excavated Evil. This was actually technically worse tit for tat, I would say, because there aren't many. Actually, I guess there are a lot of dragons, right? There are a couple of dragons introduced in Whispers of the Old Gods, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe.
But most of them are rotating out.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say that most of the dragon cards we know and love are rotating out. So I'm not entirely sure how good this card's gonna be, but I don't think it's gonna be great. But it is a board clear, just like Excavated Evil was. I just think it costs too much, right? For priest. Anyways.
Yeah.
Moving on to card number 12, it is Draconid Operative. It's a 5 mana 5/6 battle cry. If you're holding a dragon, discover a card in your opponent's deck, and itself is a dragon. I think this card is very good. What do you think?
Okay, so to start off, I think it's really good because there's already a 5 mana 5/6 neutral card that is just a normal 5 mana 5/6, right? I think it's rotating out though, anyways. But this, yeah. And plus, this is a dragon, and it lets you see 3 cards in your opponent's deck, and lets you draw one of those cards.
I agree. This card is. I would say it's very good, especially if you get that battle card. I think
that's 4 things for plus like a pit fighter, right?
I would say even if you can't get the battle card to work, a 5 mana 5/6 is still good on priest.
Yeah.
So, moving on to card number 13, it's Pint-Sized Potion. It's a 1 mana spell. Give all enemy minions -3 attack this turn only. So it's like a giant, that minion that does the same thing.
The one that rotated out.
Did it rotate out? I'm really bad on this kind of stuff of rotating out because I don't play standard very often. I only play arena now. And TB.
Yeah, it rotated out. I know what you're talking about though.
This card's terrible, I'd say.
I think it's average.
I would say terrible.
It's good for clearing the board.
No reason you should ever use this card, I would say. No reason to put this card in your deck. Ever. Moving on to card number 14, it's Cabal Talon Priest. It's a 3 mana 3/4 battle cry. Give a friendly minion +3 health. What do you think of this card?
I think it's about average. It's pretty much the same as the oh, I can't think of its name either. The Dark Cultist. There we go. But it's a battle cry, so it's slightly more better because.
Well, you're guaranteed to give it to something.
Well, the cultist is Death Rattle, right?
Yeah, so you're guaranteed to make sure that the minion...
And it's not a random minion. It's giving +3 health too.
Yeah.
This one you know which one you're giving it to.
Exactly. So I would say this is better than that card. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Good 3-drop. Moving on to card number 15, it's Potion of Madness. It's a 1 mana pre-spell.
I think this is really good.
I'm an enemy minion with 2 or less attack until end of turn. So I would say this is like the Shadow Madness. Oh no.
Yeah, Shadow Madness. I think it is.
Yeah.
But it costs like 2 less. That's basically it.
Does Shadow Madness have a restriction on it? Is it 3 or less for Shadow Madness?
It's 2 or less.
So
it's basically the same thing except it's 2 less mana.
I see. Moving on to card number 15.
Hold on. And this is really... The Potion of Madness is really good against Wicker Flame Burn Bristle.
Oh, yes, the Paladin one.
Yeah.
Moving on to card number 16 is Lotus Assassin. It's a rogue 5/5 stealth. Whenever this minion kills an enemy, gain stealth. What do you think of Lotus Assassin?
I think it's the same thing as a Stranglethorn Tiger, basically. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, that's the 5/5 beast.
But I don't think its ability is all that helpful because when you're trading in with a 5/5, you're usually doing it so you can kill something else, and that.
Yep.
You're trading with them basically.
Hmm.
Its ability is never really going to be too useful.
Right.
That's it for me.
Okay, moving on to card number 17. It's Counterfeit Coin. It's a 0 mana rogue spell. Gain 1 mana crystal this turn only, so that brings our amount of total coins up to like what, 4 coins that we've seen in this game so far?
4 coins. What do you mean 4 coins?
Counterfeit Coin, the coin you get from Trade Prince Galliwick, and the fake coin we got from that Chicken Brawl.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
So
Yeah,
there are 4 different coins in Hearthstone now.
yeah. Except you can't really play the brawl
Of course,
ever.
and yeah, of course you can't play the Brawl one. Of course. So what do you think of Counterfeit Coin?
I think that it's like an average card. I don't think you want to really put in most rogue decks. Only when you're playing a Malygos rogue with the Gadgetzan Auctioneer. That's the 5 mana 4/4. Whenever you play a spell, draw a card.
Oh yeah, that is a very good card to play with this deck. Is that a classic card?
Yeah, and it's usually in Malygos rogue.
Yeah, I think this is and it allows for combos, right?
Yeah, and it allows for combos.
Like, so this is a really good combo setter. Alright, moving on to card number 18. It is I Know a Guy. It's a warrior spell, 1 mana, discover a taunt minion. So, it's been a long time since I've seen any taunt synergy, because taunt sucks in this game.
Yeah.
Wait, of all the effects in this game, what do you think the worst one is? You got taunt, divine shield, charge, discover,
I think discard is the worst.
discard? And would taunt be second worst then?
No, I think taunt's like an average thing.
I don't
It's
know.
not the worst.
But I mean, I guess this is some bolster synergy, right?
Yeah.
Even though nobody plays bolster warrior, but if you did, now's the time because you got a 1 mana discover a taunt minion.
I'm wondering if this card works with the 1/9 Karazhan card that fills your board with 1/1s with taunt.
No, probably it says discover a taunt minion, not
I think it's like also similar to like something in the darkness or something like that. The rogue.
Is that give it the 1/1, the paladin one?
No, the one I'm thinking of is the rogue discover a Death Rattle minion.
Well, Death Rattle's a lot stronger than taunt, I would say.
But I think like this one's slightly less good than that. But you could, in theory, discover like a 2 mana taunt and play that and to keep on curve.
That's true.
Because warriors don't have too many 1 mana things to play anymore.
That's entirely true, yeah, because of the things that are rotating out.
Yep.
Alright, let's move on to card number 19. Lotus Agents. It's the first tri-class card, and it's the tri-class of Jade Lotus. So, tri-class is the new thing, right? Where they split each class into 3 different parts. Each class gets 3 classes
can share
access
one
to
card.
A card, right?
Yeah.
So this is the Druid, Rogue, or Shaman class, tri-class, which is called the Jade Lotus class. Or not, I shouldn't say class, the Jade Lotus group. And the Jade Lotus group allows Druid, Rogues, and Shamans to have access to cards. So the new tri-class thing is that if you're playing either Druid, Rogue, or Shaman, you can have access to this card, but any of the other 6 classes you can't, right?
Yeah.
So this is a 5 mana 5/3 battle cry. Discover a Druid, Rogue, or Shaman card. So what do you think of this?
I think this one's slightly under average.
I would say of the 3 we're about to see, I would say that
this one is the best out of the 3. I
would have said worst, honestly.
Really?
No. When it comes to, I mean, like, discover a Druid, Rogue, Shaman, discover a Mage, Priest.
Oh, I thought you meant with their stats, like how much damage and health they have.
I just meant like when you're discovering a card, I would say this group is the weakest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Out of the 3, that's the weakest, I think.
Okay, but I think the stats are okay for discover. It's not great. It can be removed by that Priest Frostbolt, so it's not great. But it's not terrible either, right?
But I think it could also be good for Shaman. If you get something like let's say you get what's it called? What's the one that's choose 1, gain 4 attack or 8 armor from Druid? Feral Spirit, is that it?
No, Feral something. Feral.
So let's say you played that and you have Doomhammer out. That's 12 damage with Doomhammer, right?
That's true. Anyway, I think there's a lot of opportunities here, but I mean, it's gonna be super random, right? You're getting
Yeah.
different
I think
cards.
with stats, it's the best one, but
Probably, yeah.
its ability is the worst.
Card number 20, it's Grime Street Informant. It's a tri-class of the Grimy Goons, which is a Hunter, Paladin, or Warrior, and it's a 2-mana 1/1 discover one of those 3 cards. So I think that this one's okay because Paladin has a lot of high-quality cards. Hunter is
A
really good
lot
for
of like, if
aggressive.
you would choose Hunter if you want to like it's going to help like face Warrior and Paladin out a bit, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this one's more for if you wanted to play an aggressive game.
I'm not sure about that. I think this might be more of a control card.
Well, because I think they put those 3 together because there is a aggro Paladin and Warrior. There's no aggro Priest or Mage or anything, right?
That's true. Alright, moving on to card number 21, it's Kazakus. It's a tri-class legendary for the Cabals, which is Mage, Priest, and Warlock. And it says, it's a 4-mana 3/3 with the battle cry. If your deck has no duplicates, create a custom spell. So done as a one tone, but a custom spell is.
So basically, you get to choose a cost for the card, either 1, 5, or 10. Then you get to choose abilities for the card to for what it does. So it could do damage or it could heal. It can do basically anything.
So I would say this is a pretty good legendary.
I think it's on average
4-mana 3/3.
because
Well,
because you can its stats are slightly lower, but its ability is pretty decent.
I get it. Alright, moving on to card number 22. It is Cabal Courier, a tri-class of the Cabals. It's a 3-mana 2/2 battle cry. Discover a Mage, Priest, or Warlock card. So it's just like the other 2 tri-class cards that you discover one of the 3 classes. I think this is the strongest of the 3.
Oh, first off, Kazakus is also a tri-class card.
Yes, Kazakus is also a tri-class card, but I would say this is the strongest of the 3 tri-classes.
I think this one is on average going to be the strongest out of the 3.
Because Priest has a lot of... Sorry, I would say Mage is the strongest class.
But you don't want to be playing it with Mage. I think this is either Priest or Warlock. You want to be playing with it.
I would agree, because it's just like, why not play Babbling Book or the 6/3 Discover spell?
Yeah.
Alright, moving on to card number 23. It's Finja, the Flying Star. It's the first actual neutral minion in this expansion so far. It's the 5-mana 2/4 stealth. Whenever this attacks and kills a minion, summon 2 Murlocs from your deck, and it is itself a Murloc. So what do you think of Finja?
I think it's not a very good card, but I think if you're playing it in Wild and get it from a Murloc Knight, then it's a pretty good card.
Oh, Murloc Knight. Never forget you. I agree with your analysis of Finja, the Flying Star. I think his art's really cool, though. Moving on to card number 24, it's Patches the Pirate. It's a 1-mana 1/1 legendary minion. It says charge. After you play a pirate, summon this minion from your deck, and it itself is a pirate. What do you think of Patches the Pirate?
I think it's a really bad card. Why not just play Stone Tusk Boar? Am I right?
I would agree. Well, I guess this card would be better than Stone... Well, actually, is this card better than Stone Tusk Boar?
Well, because how often are you playing with pirates?
Exactly, though. If you guys... Is this as... I would rather draft this card than Stone Tusk Boar, because at least I can disenchant this for 400.
Yeah, but what if you're playing an arena or something?
It's true. And also, what if you got it off Confessor Paletress or something stupid like... Or Sneeds?
Yeah. At least you're not getting a Stone Tusk Boar off Sneeds or Confessor Paletress.
That's true. Alright, I think it's bad as well. Moving on to card number 25, though, it is the Wind Up Burglebot. It's a 6-mana 5/5. Whenever this attacks a minion and survives, draw a card. So it's somewhat similar to the... remember that... everyone thought that Sand thing was going to be a really good card?
Yeah.
The 8/8, or if it kills it, it can attack again?
Yeah.
What happened to that card?
Well, it just never happened. It just wasn't very good in the end. I think this is going to be similar to how often whatever the Loot Hoarder is played. I think it's Loot Hoarder. It's not the 2/1, but it's the 4/2. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. The bigger Loot Hoarder.
Yeah, I think it's going to be about often as played as that, except for if you don't count them in N'Zoth decks.
I don't know. I actually think Wind Up Burglebot might see a little bit of play because it draws you cards, right? That's what's important.
Yeah, but it's pretty slow because you're playing a 6 mana 5/5.
That's true. It's also a mech though, so you can a
Yeah,
little bit of mech synergy with Gorilla Bot or.
Gorilla Bot's not going to be in standard anymore.
Damn it! I have no idea what's gonna be in standard anymore. Moving on to card number 25, or 26 though, it's Fell Orc Soul Fiend. It's a 3 mana 3/7. At the start of your turn, deal 2 damage to this minion. What do you think?
I think this is mainly put in for priest players. It's going to be similar to
Hashtag Purify.
I think it's similar to Injured Blade Master, but not quite as good.
Hashtag Purify.
Purify.
If you purify this minion, you get a 3/5. And you draw a card.
And you can heal it.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good, Priest.
No, it could be a 3/7 technically.
Yeah, you could heal it up to 3/7.
No, I mean like if you play it and purify on the same turn.
Oh yeah, I guess if you play it, if this is your turn 5 or turn 4 coin play.
Yeah.
And you draw a card. Moving on to card number 27, it's Big Time Racketeer. It's a 6 mana 1/1 battlecry. Summon a 6/6 ogre. This card, I have no idea what this card is. I don't understand this card. Can you explain anything?
It's basically like the Pantry Spider, but I think it's better. I think it will also see play with Evolve Shaman.
I just don't know what it. Why do we have this card? Why do we want
Well,
this card?
I think it's meant for Evolve Shaman because if you think about it, I'd assume the ogre probably costs 5 or 6 as well, right? And then that's basically like a bunch of 7 mana things, right?
Yeah, that would be some good synergy there. Alright, moving on to card number 28. It is the Second Rate Bruiser. It is a 5 mana 4/5 taunt. Costs 2 less if your minion has at least 3 opponents. Or 3 minions. I think that's a good card.
I think it's not that good because that means that they have to have 3 minions by the time you by your third turn.
Well, that's how if you get a 5 mana 4/5 with taunt isn't terrible.
I forgot I had taunt.
Yeah, it has taunt. That's the main thing. It's not terrible.
I thought it was just a 4/5.
And I mean, if you're having some trouble on turn 6, and your opponent has at least 3 minions on the board, you can play that warrior card and draw this thing.
But how often do they have it like that?
3 minions? I mean, that's not terrible.
By turn 3.
Okay, no, like you can draw it on. I don't know. Anyways, moving on, card number 29 is the Kooky Chemist. It's a 4 mana 4/4 battlecry. Swap the attack and health of a minion, so it's just basically a larger version of the 2/2, right?
Yeah.
Crazed Alchemist.
Basically.
Is Crazed Alchemist out of the game?
Yeah.
Damn it. So do you think this card is good or bad?
I think it's on average. It's good if you're playing with like some of the eggs. Do you know the eggs?
Nerubian?
Nerubian or Dragon or the new one, the one that draws you a card.
I don't know all the eggs. But I guess you're right, you would be able to do something with it, yeah. This would be a really good card on that on the Gift Brawl. Do you remember the Gift Brawl?
Yeah, I remember it.
The 0/4 kill it on your turn, you draw a little present. Yeah. Good card. Good card. Alright, let's move on to our second last card of the thing. It's the Friendly Bartender, 2 mana 2/3 at the end of your turn. Restore 1 health to your hero. What do you think of this card?
I think it's good if you can play the Light Warden before it, but besides that, it's not very good.
I mean, it's an okay. It's got premium. It's got the good stats for 2-drop, 2/3. So I mean, even if you're just looking for a 2-drop to put in your deck, this one wouldn't be so bad, especially if you can get some extra synergy off of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to our last card. Card number 31. It's the Mistress of Mixtures. It's a 1 mana 2/2. Death Rattle, restore 4 health to both players. So that's actually the same stats as the Enchanted Raven that Druid gets.
Yeah, I think it's going to be just as played as Zombie Chow.
Zombie Chow. Is Zombie Chow out?
Yeah, he was the next round.
It's so hard to keep track. Anyways, I think this card, would you say it's good or bad then?
I think it's average.
It's got basically the same thing. It's got 1 less health than Zombie Chow, and it restores 1 less health to both players. Actually, it restores to both players. I don't know.
I think it's good if you have Alkanai out. I don't know if it works or not.
Well, yeah, but it would deal 4 damage to you, too.
Yeah, but you can heal for that 4 damage. They can't, unless they're also a priest.
Well, unless they have but not where you have Akanai out.
But if you think about it, you can, like, if they have 4 health, you can play this, and then Akanai, or the one that gives the same effect as Akanai, and then just kill it with your hero power.
I guess Embrace the Darkness is the card you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yes. Yes. Well, I mean, I don't think this card's too good, but
It's a good finisher, I think, for priest.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, everybody, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
This has been the first 31 cards of Mean Streets of Gadgetzan, and we will be back when new cards come out. We'll be back next Saturday if new cards are out, and we hope you guys enjoyed this video and you're excited for Mean Streets of Gadgetzan, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you all on Monday for a new episode of Hearthstone Monday.